Hello guys, what's good? It's Chuk-d back with another one again. Just piggybacking off the last video I posted. Just decided to come on here and talk about, talk my ish like I usually do. More conversation style based this time. Like I said, most of my conversation pointers come from conversations I've had with friends, or there's an app I'm on called Clubhouse. It's a very interactive app. If you're not on that app, you should get on that app. It's a very interactive app, and occasionally you come across good, healthy conversations, and that is where sometimes my topic, or the things I talk about spring from. Most of them, like I said, are conversations I've had with friends, or I'm currently having, or I could be in the shower and something just springs up in my mind, and I decide to talk about it. So what would I be talking about today? The topic today is, do men judge women off appearance alone? Do men judge women off appearance alone? Now, we know that it's not, people say it's not right to judge a book by its cover, which is true. But you have to understand that men and women are very different. It is human nature to, they say the first impression is usually lasts the longest. So it's advisable to make a very good first impression. And I always say that we are all walking brands. We are all a brand. Whether you know it or not, you're a brand. You're a walking brand. And you represent yourself. And as human beings or individuals, one thing that makes our brands very attractive or more attractive is looks, or how you put yourself together, how you dress, are you tidy, do you look good? It adds to your brand. And there's a saying that goes like this. It says, what's that saying? The way you dress is the way you will be addressed. And that's a real thing. That's a very real thing. The way you dress is usually the way you'll be addressed. And that goes for both men and women. But today we are talking about the ladies. This conversation is a very polarizing type of conversation, in the sense whereby if you ask women and you ask men this question of, do you think men judge women based on their appearance, 98% of the time you hear a woman will say yes, and a man will also say yes. 98% of the time, if not 99.9% of the time, will say yes. And some people will go as far as saying it's because men are very visual. Men are more visual than women. And all these things are true. Like, I agree. All these things are true. And speaking for me, would I judge a woman by her appearance? Yes, because the way, and when I say appearance, I don't just mean speaking as a man, from a man's perspective. When I say appearance, I don't just mean the clothes she's wearing, her body, right? Does she look good? Does she have a nice body? Because you can, as a woman, you can look bummy, but if you have a nice body, you have all the assets in, men will still be interested, right? Men will still be interested, and that's a fact. But also, this looks thing can go both ways, in the sense whereby, for example, let me give an example. I'm out somewhere, or a guy is out somewhere, and he sees a lady and she's really underdressed. She's not dressed decently at all. Would a man judge her by the way she's dressed, even if she's a good person? So let's say she has an incredible career, maybe she's a lawyer or something, but she's dressed in a very, very indecent way. Will that still affect the outlook a man would have on her? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Because like I said, the way you dress is the way you'll be addressed. Now, I see, especially in this day and age, a lot of women think the more indecently you dress, the more attention you get from men. What I always say is that to women is that, what attention are you looking for? What attention do you want from a man? Yes, you can get attention from a man, but are you getting the right attention? Because attention is cheap nowadays. Attention is cheap. You can do something crazy on the internet and you get attention. Attention is cheap, but is it the right or the wrong attention? Men will always, if you're a woman, you have a decent face, decent body, you're dressed indecently, you're dressed like a slag, you get attention from men. Men will flood your DMs. Men will approach you. It's not a big deal. So for the women that think it's a big deal that a man is walking up to them or approaching you, it's not a big deal. We do that for fun. Sometimes it's crazy that guys can even take bets on your head. Guys are treacherous like that. Now, I'm not saying every guy, but these things happen. So my point is, what type of attention do you want? What type of approach do you want? Do you want, because when a man approaches you, he's also, how can I put this? As a woman, you shouldn't be ecstatic over a man approaching you. A man approaching you he might have approached 20 women that day before you and approached 20 more after you. So a man approaching you shouldn't be something you're ecstatic about. What you should be ecstatic about is the motive behind the approach. And I'll make a video on that another day. How to, I probably even have, but I'll check and I'll probably make a video on that, on how to know a man's motive for approaching you or talking to you or being interested in you. I'll make a video about that. So you shouldn't be ecstatic about a man approaching you. You should be worried about the motive, because there are two motives in which a guy most times would approach a woman: a good motive, and the other one is a bad motive. So dress decently, man, and this is from personal experience. I've had situations where I approached a lady, spoke to her, found her attractive, shared numbers, shared social media, everything going good until I saw the social media, and most of the pictures were indecent dresses, bikini pictures. Most of the videos she's somewhere with other girls twerking and just whole shit, man, just tramp behavior. Now, the man in me doesn't really care, because now my motive has changed. If my motive before was, okay, talk to her, take her seriously, go on a date, all that stuff. If that was my initial motive at the beginning when I made the approach, now it's switched to, she's a fun girl. She's a fun girl. And now women can be like, yes, but you shouldn't sexualize a woman. Even if she was dressed decently as a man, men will still do what men do. Whatever. That's you and your father's business. I'm just telling you the real. If you are dressed indecently, 9 out of 10 times a man is approaching you or talking to you for the wrong motives. Especially even if he approached you while you were dressed decently, once he checks your Instagram and it's just a bunch of sluggish pictures that are there, dressed like a tramp, twerking and all this rubbish, 9 out of 10 times his motive towards you will change. Now he just wants to use you for fun. You've become a easy kill. You become now you're a prey for the wrong things. and we know what it is: sex. That's it. Because no man in his right senses wants to. You see something about us men, right? And like I said, I'm not speaking for all men because I don't know all men, but for a lot of guys, we want to be proud of who we are with. We want to be able to show off who we are with, our girl, to our boys, that, oh, look at my girl, she's gorgeous, she's beautiful, and she's decent. Oh, here's her Instagram. She's not out here doing whole shit on Instagram. It's a thing of pride. It's a thing of pride. Now, people can say that, yeah, but there are still girls that don't post rubbish on social media, but on a low, they're still bad. They still do whole activity and stuff. Well, potato, it's still the same thing. It might be true, but the difference is one is not advertising it. And you can say that just because a girl is posting bikini pictures on social media, dressed indecently, doesn't mean she's not a hoe. That can also be true. But the difference is one is advertising hoe behavior, the other isn't. That's the difference. You can't have a police outfit on and you're standing beside a police car on the road and you don't expect people to think you're a police officer. Now, whether that analogy makes sense to you or not, that is your father's business. But like I said, you cannot be dressed in a police uniform, standing next to a police car, and you don't expect a passerby to mistake you for a police officer. Right? So if you have a whole outfit on, you can't expect a man not to mistake you for a hoe, because hoes have outfits. Hoes have a dress code. So do men judge women off looks? Yes, most of the time men do, because our value system is different. Men go off attraction. And this topic is very interesting because it can be flipped in a good way and in a bad way. And for the ladies, man, you don't have to reveal too much to look attractive to a man. You don't have to reveal too much. I know the today's society has made it seem like you have to expose all your butt crack out, your butt cheeks, your breast, your nipples, your vagina, everything out to get a man's attention. You don't. You really don't. You can be dressed decently and still be attractive. So I'm just keeping it real. I'm just giving you free game here. And men appreciate that more because you signify something to a man. You signify something to a man. He would want to respect you. Now, that is not the basis of all respect, but how you are dressed. If you are dressed decently, in a man's eye, he will look at you as a decent person. And he would respect you. Maybe now, until you start opening your mouth and you start talking, stupid shit, then, that's a different case. But just off looks alone, he'll respect you. In a room full of hoes, if you are the one dressed like if you're dressed as a woman that has sense, you'll be looked at as a woman that has sense, even though you might not have sense. So what I'm saying is, the way a woman puts herself together is very important to a man. It's very, very important to a man. Yeah, and that's the first thing. Even as a man, when a man approaches a woman, the first thing a man is going to approach a woman, the reason why a man will come and speak to you or approach you is based on the attraction he feels for you. So men, we are very visual, and women are visual too, because I don't think a woman would want to be approached by an ugly guy or a guy that can't dress or put himself together. So yes, it's It's for both parties, but I think men are very more cutthroat when it comes to appearance and how a woman is dressed, her body. No man is really approaching any woman that's 400 pounds. So no matter how good your heart is, no matter how well you can cook, no matter how well you can clean, no matter how soft-spoken you are, if you are 400 pounds or overweight as a woman, you're not attractive to any man. Now, maybe the man might move to you because some guys don't mind. Some guys might move to you secretly, but wouldn't want to be caught outside with you. Never. Never. Because a woman is a reflection of a man's choice when it comes to dating or relationships. So yeah, not to be long-winded about this video or anything. I think this is something we already know. This is something we already know. This is not rocket science. This is something I'm sure a lot of you watching are aware of or have spoken to your friends about before. So I'm not speaking on anything that is new here. Right? So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video on this and just do it conversation style, like I've been doing lately, just to offload my how do they say it? Offload my thoughts basically on this video. Tell me what you think. Is it right for a man to judge a woman based on her appearance alone, or it's wrong, or it's the wrong thing to do? Let me know. Your opinions are valid, and whether you agree or disagree, I respect it. Two things can be true. Please like, comment, and share this video. If you watched this video to the end, I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you watched it only halfway, thank you. If you only watched the beginning part, I appreciate that too. So please like, comment, man. Like. It helps the algorithm of my channel. I'm still building it. Please help support. It's free. It doesn't cost to like a video. It doesn't cost to subscribe. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time, peace.